What's going on, Gemini? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of January 2025. So in this reading, Gemini, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding the month of January 2025. So before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance, Gemini, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here. So without further ado, we're going to I just have that perfect announcer voice. So send contract, Mr. Dice. Now hook me with the announcer's prize. I'm so sorry, but I'm so not either. Anyway, we're going to get into this reading. So, yes, you're very welcome here. And let's go ahead and pull the energy. You want a championship frequency in Madison Square Garden? Yes or no? As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the Gemini collective. What's going on for Gemini for January 2025? All right, Gemini, real interesting stuff coming your way for January 2025. It's also a theme for Aquarius here. There's kind of a theme of like really focusing on hard work and showing up and doing your best rather than relying on some sort of like fiery motivation. You know, there's like a quote coming through that like the disciplined individual usually does better than someone who rides high on some sort of motivation or inspiration that is quite frankly fleeting. Now, what I just said definitely applies to your love life as well. So there can be this decision, especially for the single Geminis out there, about being with the person who's super fiery, being with the person who just lights you up, the person who makes you like there's two types of people that you meet. Like when you meet someone, especially in love, sometimes they give you like an in-breath, like oh my god, this person's so attracted, like I'm so lit up by this person. Or you meet someone as a love prospect and they give you an out-breath where it's like, I feel like I'm like coming home to this person. Now, the person that you're actually more compatible with long-term is going to be the person who gives you an out-breath. Like, wow, I can like lean into this person. This is comfortable. This is home. And the person who gives you an in-breath, I'm so attracted to them. In this case, not always, but in January 2025, seems to be some sort of short-lived love thing that may complicate your future timelines, is what I'm getting. So your best bet in January 2025, no matter what you got going on, is to work hard, set your goals high, and know that it will come to completion as long as you don't cut any corners, as long as you work hard at it and you know what you want. Because there is this energy of a quick relationship, especially for the single Geminis. This is turning into kind of a love reading all of a sudden, But there's something about a really quick relationship that props up that is very fun, but then doesn't get you anywhere and kind of like leaves you stuck in the long run is kind of what I'm getting. And now take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That's just what I'm getting. There's a lot to dig into here, so let's go ahead and do that. Before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And these energies contain the energy that you need more of, the energy that you need to embody for your own highest good in January. And the first one is Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Allow a miracle to occur. Okay, and this is Archangel Michael. He's got your back. Spirit wants you to focus on the angelic protection around you, because in what you don't see coming, I feel like there is an energy as well of someone trying to put out your fire. Someone here who, and this could even be a spiritual force that really like, it may want to keep you small, it may want to keep you down, but you have to focus on the protection that you have here, and like almost to not, to use it as alchemy. So any sort of threat, because all of us are dealing with a lot of feelings of unsafety, insecurity in the world right now, and just know that what you put out is what you get back, and angels certainly stand close. Now, I feel a little bit like misinterpreted on this channel about my fiery personality. My fiery personality is a reaction to the bullshit that has come my way. My personality is a reaction to the bullshit that comes my way. It is not offensive. Does that make sense? Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about? But it's a reaction to the shit that comes at me. Here's my get it? So it's the same for you. You have a strong spiritual defense here coming your way, Archangel Michael. And something that I've been realizing is like, because of all the spiritual attacks that have been coming my way recently, Gemini, I've become like a literal, I've tapped into my abilities in a way that's insane, and that's what you're going to be doing in 2025 as well. And even the last couple of days of December, I really feel like you're becoming a miracle worker. That's what's happened to me. I mean, I've literally witnessed miracles, and it's the combination of Jupiter, Pluto, and just tapping into these abilities have been it's so exciting, and that's what I feel like it is for you. And the reason why it's exciting is because it has to do with alchemy. So you have Archangel Michael, and you also have Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. And alchemy is all about making the best out of the worst and never allowing external circumstances to govern your inner state. Focus on what you can control, because there's this I sense there's an energy of manipulation that wants to manipulate. Immature energy wants to manipulate you emotionally in January 2025, and it may even be with the guise of love, but the devil always comes through, disguises itself as an angel of light. So be aware of this. You have spiritual protection, and divine alchemy is the energy that you need more of, Gemini. This is the energy that you need more of. You are super protected. You are able to alchemize anything that comes your way. And we have to be in some sort of similar vibration to share the same space. I have tapped into the overworld and the underworld, combining them to become a miracle worker. And you're going to be doing the same thing. In 2025, my prediction is that many certain long-held beliefs about physics are changing. And to your benefit. Okay? Now you also have El Moria, awakening presence. The universe is with you, wear a cloak of protection and love. And besides the angels, besides the alchemy, you know what the best way to protect yourself spiritually is? Presence. It's the best. Because nothing can touch you if you don't have any content in your mind. So this is about becoming a Zen master. This is about moving through some sort of spiritual warfare by quieting the mind. Have you found the off button to your mind? Because recently, for me, I've really been going more and more deep into presence. And there's a book I recommend that can help with this. It's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And it's a book that really sparked my entire spiritual awakening. And I feel like it's something that, whatever, do your meditation. Make sure you quiet your mind. Make sure that you put in the hard work, you focus on your end goals, but you also create space and you let it go. Because when it comes to manifestation as well, Gemini, a big component that people forget is to let it go. So you create your intention, you feel it, but then if you hold on to it and you wonder why it's not here, you're taking inventory of it, it can never come. So you have to feel it. What do you put in the work, do the intention, and then let it go into the universe. That's the step that many people miss. So make sure you do presence along with this. I know this is kind of a weird, interesting energy, but it's just what's coming through. So yeah, trusting heaven, divine alchemy, and awakening presence. So it is definitely a time of spiritual warfare, very strongly. For a lot of you single Geminis, focus on what you already have. Focus on the lessons of your love that you've learned so you don't repeat them again. Because for the single Geminis out there, I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying is there's going to be a quick love spark, a in-breath of, I'm so attracted to this person. Maybe some of you are going to bang, some of you are going to bang. No, some of you are going to bang. Look, it's not a crime to bang. But it may detract from other areas of your life. Because trust me, when you... Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Your opportunity is the 7 of Pentacles here. I feel your opportunity is to really cash in on some sort of seeds. The seed was already planted. None of you mother effer saw it. Stay in New Jersey. Don't take that literally. Oh my God. You have the 7 of Pentacles in your opportunity, okay? And this is some sort of seed that was already planted. The seed was already planted. None of you mother effer saw it. Stay in New Jersey. No, don't take that literally, please. Because I don't know what's going on. Not even I know what's going on with those drones in New Jersey. The 7 of Pentacles is your opportunity here. So cashing in on some sort of good energy coming your way, I feel Gemini's very, very, very strongly, very strongly. Okay, and I feel like it's to be gratitude is the attitude in January 2024. This is how you create alchemy as well. So gratitude. Now your challenge is the Ace of Cups. This can be a short, fleeting love thing you do it, but it gets gradually worse as you do it. And this is the prediction for love for Gemini. If you're a single Gemini, there's going to be something that feels like unconditional love. You're going to realize they're immature, and then you're going to be like, I want nothing to do with this. But for some of you, it's too little, too late. As the last man, gush. Oh, Jesus. Save me. Oh. I'm so stupid sometimes. But you have the Ace of Cups as your challenge, okay? And I just feel like there's some sort of love offer, there's some sort of new emotional offer that will take away from the momentum that you've been building gratitude in your own life. Doesn't mean that you have to stay single, but it does mean that you have to watch out for some sort of short, fleeting thing. Because what Spirit is saying is that as long as you put in the hard work, you trust heaven, you have divine alchemy, you awaken presence, you put in the work, you are due for a massive upgrade, but not if you're messing about. So this is not the time to mess around. This is the time to get super disciplined with your spiritual practice, to have gratitude, to have presence. Because if you just let anyone into your reality right now, you may not know what you're actually doing. And there's also something about a rebirth to your own authenticity here, and your own truth is changing as well. And I want to make this very clear. A lot of you may have had certain, I guess I want to say like, some sort of frequency coming through about, I don't care what people think about me, this is my spiritual truth. And there's something about there's a quick turnaround with that. So this also may be something about trusting heaven, Archangel Michael. Sometimes, and I've even been experiencing it, sometimes you make plans and God laughs, or sometimes you don't know why certain things have to happen. And like, even with me, like certain truths about my life, I'm now realizing the truth of what it actually is, and I'm just like, I can believe it, but it's so deep and it's so crazy that a lot of my authenticity and my fiery truth that I was holding on to so arrogantly, I'm now bowing out gracefully. And I suggest you do the same. I suggest you do this. So just, by the way, I'm transmitting, in this reading, I'm transmitting a frequency to you. Don't be too attached to the words. I'm transmitting a frequency to you. You can watch this as many times as you want over and over again to get the frequency to you, but I'm transmitting the frequency to you. Okay. And I want to make it clear, no, never mind. Okay, so your overall general energy is the King of Cups, the Page of Wands, and also the Four of Cups here. So just logically, this month starts off with unconditional love that leads to immature fun that leads to a rejection, or I don't actually want to do this. So for many of you here, there can be a new love interest coming in that starts off very, very well, full of unconditional love. It leads to immaturity, and then it leads to a complete rejection here in some sort of way. Now, for others of you, this doesn't have to do with love. I feel that there can be something about you having to discipline yourself, discipline your own inner child. Like, there's something about sending your own inner child or your actual children, if you have them, sending them unconditional love, but not allowing them to just be doing something reckless is what I'm getting, Gemini. So there may be a challenge for you to actually like put some sort of limit on an immature person around you. If this doesn't have to do with a love thing, I feel like there's something you having to balance unconditional love with setting a limitation, especially if this has to do with your children or like whoever's around you. But be careful that you don't ride some sort of high and lose sight of the small things. I really feel like it's about focusing on the small things in this January and even in the end of December as well. Because if you just ride some sort of high, if you let some sort of person do whatever they want, whether this is some sort of love interest that you have, whether this is your own child, whether this is your own inner child, it can lead to a very sharp ending that checks you back into reality. Okay, and this is why you need me in Madison Square Garden, by the way. And by the way, you don't. It's just a suggestion, okay? Because I don't know anything. I just do what I do, and it seems to be doing things. Okay? I don't know. But I'm not like... Bro. Okay. Now, in what you don't see coming, you have the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and also the Ace of Wands in what you do not see coming for January. So once again, for the single Geminis out there can be a quick ending that leads to a new love interest, but you want to be careful that, you know, this could be something about like you get out of a relationship that ends very quickly and then you're bam, just like popping into a new one. So for the Geminis out there, for the single Geminis out there, I am predicting that there's some sort of end to a relationship and there's a new one that sparks up by the end of the month that's actually very, very, very powerful, very, very strong. Now, but you need to use your intuition, because for some of you, that's not the case. For some of you, this is a very quick love interest that pops up in January that literally ends just as quickly as it starts. You know what I mean? So for some of you here, because the Ace of Cups is in your challenge here, and there can be some sort of real quick start, quick stop, and that actually puts you back in the situation that you were in. So there can be that. But for others of you, there can be like some sort of rebound relationship that actually works out well for you. But you want to be careful that you're not trying to fill some sort of hole within yourself that is just going to lead you back to square one. Because there is a strong potential. There's a strong potentiality that in what you don't see coming. It seems great promise. It seems like maybe this is a different frequency, and then it leads you to a new problem. So your best bet is to focus on presence, trusting heaven, divine alchemy. Do what you want, but please. Now in your advice, You have the Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and also the World card here. So this is all about hard work, discipline, showing up, doing the dirty work, focusing on the outcome that you want, focusing on your family, believing in the long-term vision that you have emotionally for yourself, and realizing that a cycle is closing out, an upgrade. You're due for a major upgrade here, Gemini, I feel. This is in your advice, but there's something here about blending the wish fulfillment with the work, okay? If you just try to do all the wish fulfillment and you don't put any work, you're not going to get anywhere. If you just try to do all the hard work and you don't do the wish fulfillment, you're not going to get anywhere either. So it's about balancing this, right? And then you have the World card. So the advice is that you've completed a cycle, you're due for a gift here, but you want to make sure that the gift is not some sort of crappy substitute. I really feel. I feel like the greatest gift that you have is to honor yourself. And when you do that, you will meet a reflection of someone that also honors themselves. Okay? And you have to trust heaven right now, because a lot of you in this reading are totally due to make it to heaven. You're already in heaven right now, because heaven is not a place, it's a state of being. And divine alchemy, there, in what you don't see coming, there could be some sort of like negative intentions at you that like you really alchemize very strongly, I feel, for many of you Gemini. So I don't know, let's go ahead and get into this clarification portion of the reading. Yeah, let's clarify why the Ace of Cups is your challenge, first of all. Challenge doesn't always have to be bad, but it's, let's see. Why is the challenge the Ace of Cups for Gemini? Why is the challenge the Ace of Cups for Gemini? High Priestess. Yeah, listening to your intuition. Could be some sort of foolish start that ends very quickly, like I keep saying. Why is the Ace of Cups in your challenge? Emperor, Lovers, Magician, High Priestess. Well, you have the the High Priestess and the Magician here in your, as I saw, 333 in your challenge here. So this is definitely a time of spiritual warfare, I feel. You have the Emperor, you also have the Lovers card here. The Emperor is someone who knows what they want, very disciplined energy. So there can be a challenge here where there's a lot of things going on in the spiritual. If you're to deal with someone in the physical, like I said, there can be some sort of quick start, quick ending that actually is meant to distract you. Sometimes the universe sends people in to distract you and to take you off your purpose, Gemini. And that's what I feel like if you dive too deeply into this, love thing, without first closing out a cycle, you're going to be in a repeat situation. If you properly close out a cycle fully with trusting heaven, divine alchemy, presence, and then a new love thing comes in, I think it would actually go really well for you. But first there needs to be a cycle that's closed out, and you need to be grateful for what you already have. Because if you just try to like put a cotton swab, dart lob, scissors, stand, switch on some sort of thing, it's not going to go well for you. So let's clarify why the let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles in your opportunity. So, yeah, I get like I don't know. The Hermit. Going within, being grateful, thinking deeply about what you do have. It's time to be thankful for what you do have instead of being focused on what you don't have. The Sun. Clarity. Bringing clarity to the simple things, I think, will go a long way here for you. And you also have the Ace of Swords and the Four of Cups. All right? And the Four of Cups is also how you close out the month here in your overall general energy. So, yeah, there's some sort of truth and clarity about Hermit energy is also about merging the split between the Scorpio whore and the Virgo Virgin, which is about like taking accountability and really having some sort of being self-contained unto yourself. Here's what I get, Gemini. You are in a space where if you go into a relationship looking for your other half without being whole and complete within yourself, the truth is you're going to be set up for this frequency, whether it's you or the other person. And if you go into this new relationship being disciplined, truly being whole and complete unto yourself, not codependent, but interdependent, then it will work out for you. But I just feel that if you just rush into it, for most of you listening to this, there's going to be some sort of letdown one. There's going to be a high, high, and a low, low. What you want to avoid is the high, high, and the low, low. How do you do that? Awakening presence. And for some of you, this is about redefine, like, I don't know. I'm not even going to go into that. But, I don't know. Let's clarify that Four of Cups at the end of the month. It's in your opportunity. It's also in your overall general energy. So why is the Four of Cups here? In the Moon, the King of Cups, the King of Wands, Two of Pentacles. All right, so some of you are having a choice between two different people in love, especially the Gemini ladies out there. Doesn't matter gender, make it two women if you're a man. Doesn't matter you're gay, it doesn't matter whatever, you're an alien, doesn't matter. Gender's out of it, just make it the energy. But a lot of you here have a choice between, hey, you know what I learned in 2020? You know what I learned recently? He who chases two birds catches none. Especially when you find out what they actually flock from. Oh my God. And so you have the two. So for a lot of you, there's some sort of, if you try to jump into a relationship, but you still have feelings for someone else, and you're using this new relationship as a band-aid to cover up your emotions that you truly have for someone else, and you're not healed, you're gonna bring this new person into this drama with you, and you're gonna mess up something that. So for a lot of you here, you could even be like, some of you are like dating two people at one time. He who chases two birds catches none. And there can be some sort of drama when it comes, or like a really big unclear decision. So if you try to jump, yeah, like you could have some sort of fling here that ends because the new person senses that your heart is still with someone else, vice versa. This can be a new person that still has a third party going on. So your best bet is to be within your own self. Now, I'm not saying that those rules are not standard. I'm just literally reading the energy. Let's clarify the world in your advice. Yeah, Nine of Swords. You may need to complete a cycle before you jump into something else. Seven of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ten of Swords, Four of Swords, Queen of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, Gemini, you need to focus on you right now. Focus on the people that are already around you. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just reading the energy. But there seems to be like some sort of cycle that can get you in trouble. Like you have the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Swords in your advice, clarifying the world. You also have the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords in what you don't see coming. So there's a quick start, a quick end. Don't use someone as a band-aid. Heal your heart. Focus on things that can't be taken away from you, which may or may not include a relationship, may or may not. Some of you do what you want to do. I'm just telling you, focus on your end vision, put in the hard work, and it is destined to come. But you have to be in the presence. You have to use this alchemy. If you try to put a band-aid on it, juggle people, the person who chases two birds catches none, and therefore becomes a nun. Literally, I am debating